Good evening, everybody, and welcome to ECISD Live. My name is Scott Muri, and I'm the Superintendent of Ector County Independent School District, and it is my pleasure to have all of you with us this evening. We have the best in class with us tonight, the Valedictorians and Salutatorians from all 5 high schools in ECISD, our very special guests this evening, and I can't wait for you to meet these folks. They have worked hard, especially over the last year and a half of we've dealt with this pandemic. School has been very different for these kids, but even in the middle of that adversity, these folks have risen to the very top of their classes, and we are honored to have them as our guests tonight. Before we jump in to these conversations, I've got a few district updates to share with you. First of all, yesterday, we were a part of a gathering of school districts from all across the Permian Basin. In fact, about 26 school districts from both New Mexico and Texas gathered together here in our region to talk about the investment of federal stimulus dollars that all school districts will be receiving. We want to make sure as a region that we make really wise investments using those dollars. We recognize that our students over the last year and a half have suffered mightily during the pandemic, not only socially and emotionally. Our mental health has been challenged with this, but also the academic growth and progress of our students. Many of our kids have unfinished learning, and it is our responsibility to make sure that we address those situations. We want to use those federal stimulus dollars to the very best of our ability, and brought a group of folks together today, a group of district leaders, good thinkers, to talk about what are the right investments to make using those dollars. And speaking of federal stimulus dollars, we continue to urge our state representatives in both the House and the Senate, as well as our lieutenant governor and governor, to be very considerate and thoughtful as they provide those federal funds to us. We are grateful to have received notification that in ECISD, we will receive $55.9 million from the ESSER 3 fund, so that third round of stimulus funding. But it's ESSER 2 that we have not received word about. We're still anticipating approximately $25 million in federal funding from ESSER 2. That money continues to reside at the state level. We're talking with our representatives, both locally as well as at the state level, to make sure that that money is transitioned not only to ECISD, but to every school district within the state of Texas. That is our opportunity. We'll again continue to work on that until the this legislative session has continued. Graduation is right around the corner, not only for the class of 2021, but also for the class of 2020. We want to remind all of our families, if you have a graduate of the class of 2020, so last year they were scheduled to graduate. We had a wonderful parade situation for them at Ratliff Stadium and a couple of other places around our community. But one piece that they missed is that traditional graduation experience. We made a promise to the class of 2021 or 2020 that we would hold a graduation experience for them, a traditional graduation, as soon as it was safe enough to do so. And it is now safe. And so we would like to honor the class of 2020 in 2 weeks with their graduation. And so if you are a member of that class, or if you know someone who is, we encourage you to let them know. Reach out to your high school principal, let them know you're interested, and we'll add you to the list as we celebrate the class of 2020 together. And then finally, tonight, for all of our parents, if you have pre-K through 12th graders, rising pre-K through 12th graders, we want to remind you to take advantage of that early registration process. Registration is now open in an online format. Any parent can visit the ECISD website and register your child for school next year. You may also visit any school in ECISD to register your children. Once again, registration is now open. You may visit the ECISD website, or you may visit any school in ECISD to complete that registration process. Graduation. So we talked about the class of 2020, but tonight we're going to talk about the class of 2021. Their graduation is 3 weeks away. And I know that there is a lot of nervous excitement and anticipation for this incredible opportunity. And tonight we have a group of students that are with us that truly represent the cream of the crop, the best of the best. These kids have worked tirelessly, not just over the last year or two, but really throughout their educational careers to attain the #1 status or the #2 status in their school. The valedictorian and the salutatorians are going to join us tonight. And we're going to begin. We're going to go through this process, learning from each of them in pairs. So we're going to talk to the valedictorian and salutatorian of each of our schools. We're going to start tonight with New Tech Odessa. And we would like to invite the valedictorian and salutatorian of New Tech to join us at this time. Yasmin Hernandez is the salutatorian, and Natalie Jones is the valedictorian. Hey, Yasmin, thank you for being here tonight.
Hi.
You doing well?
Yes, sir.
Good, good. It's a pleasure to see you. So you are the salutatorian of New Tech Odessa. First, congratulations. It took a lot for you to get to this place, and we're really proud of you. So walk us through your journey. Did you elementary, middle school, and high school in ECISD, or tell us a little bit about your journey?
So I've been in ECISD my whole school career.
Okay.
I went to Zavala for kindergarten through 3rd grade. I went to Reagan for 4th through 6th, and then I went to Ector for middle school, and I've been at New Tech all 4 years of high school.
Good, good, good. Well, you've had quite a journey. So you've been with us your entire school career.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about the next step. You obviously can't stay with us anymore because we kind of stopped your senior year. So what is your next step?
So I'm going to go to the University of Houston, and
Okay.
I am going to major in psychology.
Yes. Yeah, congratulations. So why psychology?
It's been the thing that interests me the most, and I took psychology this semester.
Yep.
And the things I've been learning have just been really interesting, and I think I want to end up becoming a therapist, just because I think it'll be really fun.
Good. I remember I actually didn't have a psychology course it wasn't offered in my high school. So college was the first time I had a psychology course, and I kind of like you, I fell in love with it. A really great topic, and to spend a whole career using that would be exciting. So what do you want to do with a psychology degree? What do you see yourself doing beyond that?
So along with psychology, I don't know if I want to double major in also business or minor in business, but that way I can open up my own practice so that I can run my own thing.
Oh, good, good, good. Good for you. I will tell you that school districts also hire psychologists and psychiatrists. So if you want to come back and work for ECISD, we have a job available for you. So we employ them as well. But certainly having your own practice would be a lot of fun. Any particular type of psychology? Do you see yourself working with children, with adults, with senior adults? What do you think?
I think I would be more interested in working with adults.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I could be more helpful for the kids, and working with children seems like a lot more attachment.
Sure. And kids can be tough too. They can be tough for sure. So I'm going to ask you to reflect back for just a minute. When you think about your school career, elementary school, middle school, high school, at any point in your career, what is your favorite memory during your high school journey? Do you have a favorite?
My favorite memory from high school. I've done a lot in these guys. I think my favorite memory from high school would be when I was working with. So I'm in MHS at New Tech. I've been in it for junior and senior year. And so for junior year, we were able to make like grams, Christmas grams, Halloween grams, and when we got to make the Valentine's ones, we would get to like put together with the roses and the candy and like delivering them to people. It was really fun because they'd get really excited.
Sure. Oh, sounds cool. Tell us, you probably know this. You may have seen celebrations around your own campus, but this is Teacher Appreciation Week in the United States, and we are honoring, the very best and brightest teachers that we have. So when you think about your school career, again, elementary, middle school, or high school, if you think about that one teacher that kind of meant a lot, who would you lift up tonight?
Okay, I have two from New Tech. I can't just give it to one.
Okay.
So
All right.
My freshman world geography teacher, Mr. Dutchover, who's trying to go to the moon. So if y'all want to help him,
yes, that's exactly right.
I think it would be amazing. But social studies isn't a great topic, so his class actually helped me a lot, and he taught me a lot more about like life in general. Like he's given me a lot of life advice, so he's been one of my favorite teachers. And my second favorite teacher is Miss Picasso. She was my geometry teacher freshman year, and this year she's my calculus 2 and calculus 1 teacher. And
Nice.
she relates to me a lot, and she helps me with any problems, like school problems, life problems, you just not knowing what's going on. Miss Picasso helps me through everything. She's the best.
Great. Oh, that's cool. That's good. Yeah, it's teachers can be very impactful, at every level. But yeah, you clearly have had several that have impacted you, and it's not like one of them you've got to have more than 1 year, and so to have some of our favorite teachers more than once during our career is a great opportunity. And yes, one of your teachers may get to go to the moon. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, can you imagine? Last question for you, Yashmin, and then I'll let you run. And that is, we're in the process of overcoming this pandemic. It's been a challenge for many of us. Is there anything that you've learned about yourself during the pandemic that may have surprised you, or any kind of growth that you've seen in yourself because of the pandemic?
I think through this time, my first semester of my senior year was online. So it was definitely a lot harder to find the motivation to do my work. But as I grew through that first semester, I was able to find that motivation. Like I was able to tell myself, like, I need to do this, so I'm gonna do it now. So I was able to get through like the block I had at the very beginning of the semester. So I think I grew a lot in being able to be more productive, especially when I used
to be. Good. That skill will carry you far in life. And it sounds like the pandemic, while there are some ugly parts of it, that particular aspect may have helped you out quite a bit to be successful. So, hey, Yashmin, thank you for joining us tonight. Natalie, your partner, you're the valedictorian of NTO, could not be with us tonight, Natalie Jones, but we congratulate her as well. Congratulate both of you. But thank you. You represented NTO really well tonight. So you held it down and represented your school well. Thank you for joining us. And again, congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. We're off to OC Techs. We've got a valedictorian and salutatorian that we'd like to welcome now from OC Techs. Cadence Shepherdson is the valedictorian of OC Techs, and Clarice Carrasco is the salutatorian. So Cadence and Clarice. I know Clarice may or may not be with us tonight. Let's see if she was able to make it. There's Cadence. Hey, Cadence, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well. And I don't see Clarice, so we may or may not see her. So you may have to hold down the fort for OC Techs tonight on your own. Do you think you can handle that?
Yes.
Got it. So, hey, Cadence, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you an Odessa native? Did you travel through the school system? Tell us a little bit.
Yes, I've been in Odessa all of my life. I went to elementary at Barbara Jordan, and then I did middle school at Bowie, and now I'm at OC Techs.
Congratulations. And then, so as I said before, Ector County ISD has stops. We finish educating kids when they're seniors. So what comes next for you?
I will be attending Abilene Christian, and I plan to major in psychology.
Oh, so we're 2 for 2 tonight. Psychology. Tell us your why. Why psychology?
Well, I've taken criminal justice classes all 4 years at OC Techs, but I don't know if I really want to go into like policing and all of that. So I decided psychology and putting it together with my law or my criminal justice degree and doing that, like doing psych evaluations for police officers and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a profession you don't often think about, but absolutely people, occupy that role. That's fascinating. Anything else you see yourself doing with psychology?
Maybe becoming a counselor, but I'm not really sure. Tossing around my
ECISD hires counselors, so just in case, the offer stands. I just offered Yashmin a job if she wants to come back, so you have the same opportunity if you want to come back and be a counselor. Great for you. Cadence, as you kind of think back on your school journey, again, you've been in Ector County ISD your whole career. Favorite memory, elementary, middle, or high school, what stands out?
I think probably high school would just be like the family that I built because it's such a small school. We know
Yeah.
everybody. So, I mean, it's not, you don't have to be afraid to talk to anybody. You know everybody you're graduating with, you know
Yeah.
them by name. So, I really enjoy being in that small environment and being able to know everybody. So,
Good.
I think that would
So-
probably be the best memory.
That's good. So you made a choice when you were an 8th grader. You made a choice to go to OC Techs. Do you remember what kind of drove that choice for you?
I picked it because it was a small school and that's more of my type. I was very shy in middle
Yeah.
school and I did not want to go to a big school where I did not know everybody and I didn't know how to get around. And I liked the idea that OC Techs was small and if I needed help, somebody could point me in the direction I needed to go in and it would be pretty easy to find. And I also enjoyed that I would be getting a head start in my college career because I knew I wanted to continue on after high school. So.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let me say first, you do not appear to be shy anymore. You're very confident and articulate. So whatever happened at OC Techs, it worked for you. You're an impressive young woman. That's for sure. I'm very proud. But you made an interesting statement. So at OC Techs, you've earned some college credits, and some people don't know in our community that is possible. Talk a little bit about that. How many college credits have you earned?
So I will be graduating actually tomorrow with my associate's degree in criminal justice from OC. So
yeah. So when you go to Abilene Christian, you will be in what year?
I will be considered a sophomore.
Yeah. So you've kind of skipped your freshman year because of all the credits that you'll be taking with you. So double congratulations. Congratulations on graduating tomorrow, and then you'll graduate again in 3 weeks. So tomorrow you graduate with an AA degree. Is that correct?
Yes.
Good. That's pretty impressive. Teacher Appreciation Week. Have you all done anything this week to honor and recognize teachers on your campus?
Yes, we have. In our AVID class, that's been our assignments for the past 2 weeks. We've had like a choice board where we get to pick our assignment for the day, what we want to do. One of the assignments that I chose was to write a letter to one of our teachers on campus and deliver the letter to them. And then today the assignment was to post one of our teachers, or the assignment I chose was to post your favorite teacher and give them a nice little message on some social media platform.
So tell us about it. Who'd you post and what'd you say?
I posted my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Pruitt, because she's my favorite teacher and she really helped me learn and know what I'm capable of. In 3rd grade, like I said, I was super shy. I would not have pushed myself like I do now. I wouldn't think I was capable of the things that I'm capable of now. But she really opened my eyes to show me what I'm capable of and that I can do great things. So she gave me a love for school that I probably would not have found if I did not have her as a teacher. So
I hope she's watching you tonight because she would be one proud 3rd grade teacher. You're very impressive. That's pretty cool. Does she know that you did this? Did you let her know that you posted this? Do you know if she's seen it?
I don't know if she's seen the post, but I was part of the Awards for Excellence, and she was my teacher that came.
Got it. Oh, she was there 2 nights ago then.
Yes.
That's great. No, that's pretty cool. All right, Cadence, we'll let you go. You represented OC Techs very well tonight. So congratulations. And Clarice Carrasco is the salutatorian for OC Techs. Not able to be with us tonight, but we also extend a healthy and hearty congratulations to Clarice as well. Again, Cadence, nice job. Congratulations. I look forward to seeing you at graduation and shaking your hand. You're very impressive.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Transitioning on from OC Techs to OCA, the Odessa Collegiate Academy, we have the valedictorian and salutatorian for OCA with us tonight. Natalie Sotelo and Tamara Arenivas are joining us. So Natalie and Tamara, if you all want to hop on the screen, I think they're making their way with us tonight. There they go. Hey, ladies. Nice to see both of you. And first, congratulations to both of you. You've had quite an impressive journey. I want to hear a little bit about that. Tamara, let's start with you. You're the salutatorian at OCA. Tell us a little bit about your journey. Did you come through ECISD or coming from other places? Tell us about it.
Yes, so I've been with ECISD my entire life. I went to Barbara Jordan Elementary, and then I went to Bowie Middle School, and and then here OCA.
Good. And so what's next on the journey, Tamara?
What's next would be getting a bachelor's degree in criminal justice in hopes of becoming a forensic science technician one day.
So what's drawing you to that field? It sounds pretty interesting.
Yes, so I've currently been taking a forensics class and criminal justice courses, and I feel like that really sparked the interest. I feel like it's really interesting how a small speck of fibers or hair or something like blood samples could really point the investigators to find the actual perpetrator of the crime. So,
yeah, fascinating, isn't it? All of this genetic and DNA work that's happening today is absolutely fascinating. And certainly when you think about law enforcement, the opportunities using science are pretty significant. Pretty cool. Good for you. Natalie, tell us about your journey. Did you travel through ECISD, or what is your story?
Yes, sir. I've been in ECISD throughout my entire education as well. I went to Cameron Elementary, and then I went to Exeter Middle School, and then I went to Odessa Collegiate Academy.
Good. And then what's next on your journey?
I plan on going to UTPB for now, and then I might transfer later. And I'm going to major in biology to become a physician assistant, and I hope to one day maybe go to medical school to either do trauma surgery or a general physician.
Oh, good for you. So why the medical field? What captured your interest there?
Since at a young age, I wanted to be in the medical field. I jumped from certain careers, but what really made me want to be in it was because my grandma suffered an aneurysm when I was about 13, and we had to be in the hospital constantly, and I was around that atmosphere a lot. And I just really started to look up to the doctors and nurses and just really wanted to be in their position and help people and family in the way that they helped my grandma and my family.
Yeah. So it's personal to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, that's good. Any courses that you've taken at OCA that do you feel has kind of helped you be prepared for this opportunity in the medical field?
Yes, sir. Since we're dual credit, I've taken college biology, and right now I'm finishing up my anatomy and physiology course.
So dual credit, how many credits will you take with you from OCA?
I believe 62, so I'll be getting my associate's degree.
Wow. And so you will start UTPB as a freshman? Sophomore. Good for you. Yeah. That's good for mom and dad too. It's good on the pocketbook because that's 1 year of college they don't have to pay for. So that's a really good news. That's pretty exciting. So Tamara, talk a little bit about that. Credits. How many credits will you take with you as you leave OCA?
So hopefully I'll be graduating with 68 college credits.
The same thing.
This Saturday, yes.
Good. So both of you will have your AA degrees and then move on. And do you get to take, Tamara, all those credits with you when you go to college?
Yes, sir. They're all transferable if you choose a university in Texas.
Yep, that's pretty exciting. A good reason to stay in Texas. And again, mom and dad kind of like that because it certainly saves quite a bit of college money. Ladies, this is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I know that all of our schools are celebrating teachers, and we've done some things. But as the two of you kind of think back on your educational journeys, elementary, middle, and high school, is there a teacher, Tamara, that kind of stands out in your mind, somebody that has influenced you?
Yes, so during high school, one of the main teachers that have influenced me is Miss Gray, which I believe she's in the Teach and Through program.
Yes.
She was my favorite teacher because she taught me how to take one thing at a time when it came to school and doing assignments. I was always so stressed, and just talking to her and just hearing her and her advice really helped me throughout the years. And also my elementary teachers, I feel like if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't really love learning. And
Sure.
So all of them have also impacted my education and my aspiration to continue further on my education.
Yeah. Oh, good. Natalie, what about you? When you think backwards, any teachers that really stand out as influencers in your life?
Yes, sir. I mean, like Tamara said, all of my teachers have really influenced me and just pushed me to keep going forward. I was actually a part of the ECISD Awards for Excellence as well, and I nominated my 4th grade and 6th grade teacher, Miss Nunez, because she was an English teacher and she really gave me a love for writing, and that's been my favorite subject all throughout my school. And I think I've become a really good writer, and that's influenced my reading. And just in her class, she was always just so motivational, and she just pushed me to keep moving forward and believe in myself. So I've always really looked up to her for that.
Good. Yeah, those teachers are pretty important, good influencers. And Natalie, we're finishing up the pandemic, we hope. We think we're on the tail end of it, and we hope that we won't have to deal with this situation much anymore. But have you learned anything about yourself or about the world or society during the pandemic at all, Natalie?
Yes, sir. I've learned that just really anything can happen at any moment. So we should just really push ourselves to try our best and do our best right now, because we don't know what the future holds. And, it's really true what they say. Don't leave until tomorrow what you can do today. That's just one thing I really learned.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good for you. Sounds like as ugly as it was, you at least are taking some nuggets away. Tamara, what about you? Anything in the pandemic that kind of shaped and influenced you at all?
So one thing that I've learned during the pandemic is how to be adaptable, because we really don't know what situations we might be in the future. So, I mean, looking back 2 years ago, we never would have thought that there would be a world pandemic. So just being adaptable and learning how to adjust your schedule, your learning. I mean, we all had to learn how to do online learning, which was something totally different than in person. So just being adaptable and being patient when it comes to changes.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, quick question for both of you. Did prior to the pandemic, did either one of you have virtual courses in high school? Did OCA or OC offer any courses to you that are virtual?
I had some college courses we could join. There was like Blackboard Collaborate, but we didn't really use it as much as we started using it during COVID.
Yeah, no. And now it's a regular occurrence, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Good.
We're experts at
All
it
right,
now.
ladies. Yeah, so we're experts. Yeah, a new expertise that you didn't think you'd have. Something else you've learned at OCA. Ladies, thank you again for joining us tonight, and congratulations. That's quite a monumental journey that both of you have taken, and to be at the top of your class says a lot about who you are as people, and especially in the middle of this pandemic. So congratulations on your accomplishments. Thank you for all that you've done, and thank you for joining us tonight and sharing your stories. And I'll see you at graduation. Can't wait.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty. Have a good rest of your night. As we transition from OCA, we're now going to go to Odessa High School. Odessa also has a valedictorian and salutatorian. Sejal Yadala is going to join us. She is the valedictorian of Odessa High School. And Akash Aguirre, actually, I'm going to butcher his name. I'm going to let him say it himself. So Akash, you can pronounce your last name. He's salutatorian. So Akash, let's start right there. Tell us your last name. Oh, I think you're on mute, and that may be us. We've muted him, Jed. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
There, we got you. We got you. Yes.
Yeah, it's actually Angrakula.
Angrakula. I will remember that it's someday. It may not be tonight, but we'll try. So Angrakula, good deal. Hey, thank you both for joining us tonight. And first, congratulations. You are at really large high schools. In fact, Odessa High School has almost 4,000 students, and to rise to the top of Odessa High School as valedictorian and salutatorian is quite an accomplishment. So congratulations to both of you. Sejal, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey? Have you always been in ECISD? If you were, what are the schools you went through? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I actually moved here at the start of my sophomore year. I had just moved from central Pennsylvania, and I'd moved all over the Northeast before that. But it was the start of my sophomore year that I moved here. And yeah, it was a crazy journey coming here. I remember being in a complete culture shock when I came here, because I was used to such a 10,000 person homogenously populated town. And so coming here and seeing all these people like half the size of my town. My old town was my high school. It was just so crazy. And at first it was hard to adjust, but I'm so happy that I moved here. All the people that I've met, it's literally been so amazing. Just the community here, OHS, Odessa, I love it. And I'm so grateful for being able to.
And you've clearly done well. So you adjusted well, obviously, to be sitting in the valedictorian seat. So good for you. Hey, so what comes next after high school? What's the next step?
Well, I plan to major in biology and hopefully study genetics specifically, but I got luckily a presidential scholarship to the University of Miami. So I'm going to be going there come the fall. Yeah, it's a great STEM school. It's a nice, more small, close-knit private school. I'm just so excited to be in an urban place. It's a little bit bigger than Odessa, obviously. I'm just trying to work my way up, and I'm excited to be somewhere new. Going new places I've had luck with it in the past, obviously coming here, so I'm really excited about going there.
Yeah, of course, they have a beautiful campus.
Yeah, they do. I'm excited about that. I hope I can focus with right outside.
And you can't go to the beach. Remember, you're there to study, not to go to the beach. So you
I know that's going to be hard.
All right. So biology major?
Yeah.
Because they have a great marine biology program there. Is that of interest or?
Oh, no, just biology for me. But they have they have a great campus over there for that. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, good. And what do you want to do with that biology degree? What's the ultimate goal?
Well, I said I was going to do genetics specifically. So there's not really a lot going on in genetics right now, but I'm kind of hoping to forge my own path along that way. Genetics has just always been something I was interested in ever since doing like Punnett squares in 6th grade, and just the thought of getting to the root of somebody's medical issue before it's able to surface itself in the person, in the phenotype, is something that I think is the most profound way I can help people. So I'm really trying to push my way through genetics and help as many people as I can. That's what I hope to do in the future anyway, if I'm lucky.
I'm a recovering biology teacher, so I was glad to hear you use the phrase Punnett square. That's good. That's good. So those things that we teach actually do stay with kids. Akash, hey, tell us a little bit about your journey. Have you always been in Odessa? What's your story?
Yeah, so I was born here, and I went to Reagan for elementary school.
Okay.
And then Bowie for middle school. And now I'm at Odessa High.
Good. And then what's the next step for you?
So I'll be attending UT Austin. There I'll be in a program called Biology Scholars. So obviously majoring in bio. And hope to minor in business also, and planning on taking a pre-med track.
Oh, interesting. So pre-med. So explain the business side. Why business and biology?
Yeah, so I hope to one day open my own practice, with medicine. So I think being able to learn about business in college would be really useful for that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Especially if you want to own your own and develop your own organization, practice, whatever it may be. Wise move. So what do you see yourself, any particular kind of medicine you hope to study, or general practitioner? What's your focus?
I think dermatology is really interesting. So that's kind of what I'm looking at now, but not sure yet, but yeah.
Okay. It's out there. Good for you. Good for you. So I was a biology pre-med for both of you. I remember being on your pathway, but I'm now a superintendent. So I'm telling you, a superintendency could be in your pathway as well. So don't lock into to medicine too quickly, because one of the things that college will do, whether UT Austin or in Miami, you're going to have some opportunities to really explore and see so many different opportunities. As we think about opportunity of the pandemic, because you're both biology majors, you may have had some unique experiences in this pandemic situation. We've been affected really because of a biological phenomenon that has occurred in our society. This virus that has really taken over, and it has changed our world. Akash, let's stay with you for a minute. As you think about this pandemic, how has it affected you, or has it affected you as a student and as a person?
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely. So I've been virtual this whole year, and it's just been really weird going from last year seeing my friends every day, hanging out with them all the time, to now I'm just staring at, black screens every day. So it's definitely strange to not have like that interaction, that daily interaction. So that's something I kind of had to cope with and, learn how to deal with that. Just not being able to talk to people every day and just not being able to see my friends every day.
Yeah. Are you ready to be back for that? Are you ready for some level of human connection and interaction? Do you look forward to that?
Yeah, I'm really excited for next fall to get to meet, more people, get to, do things again. Definitely excited for that.
A little bit more normalcy. Sejal, what about you? How have you been affected by this pandemic? What have you learned?
I think the pandemic kind of made me change my entire outlook on school. So when we had real school, I used to always think about, the next test or the assignment or the project coming up, just always looking for the next thing and being busy mentally, physically, and kind of stressed. Of course, I have fun with my friends. I see Akash every day, the rest of the kids in IB. But once the pandemic hit and I didn't get to see my friends anymore, and I was still having all these tests and projects and quizzes and assignments and everything, it kind of made me realize that I had to start appreciating the journey more than focusing on the destination. Because when I would see my friends every day, I forgot about all those, like little fun moments I had in class. When we were stripped of that this year. So while I'm still hustling to finish everything, I'm missing the parts of the journey that I would have otherwise had. So I think it's just really taught me to appreciate the little things rather than chasing the big things all the time. Just keeping my eyes open, appreciating what I have, just enjoying every moment, because you only realize what you have after you lose it. And this pandemic has just opened my eyes to that. So I hope that all of us learn to appreciate what we have, be grateful for the people around us, and just be happier.
Good. No, wise words. Wise words. We, as you've heard me say already tonight, this is Teacher Appreciation Week. We are honoring those men and women that make a difference in our lives. So as you both think back on your educational journey, is there a teacher that you would lift out? Somebody who's been especially influential in the journey? Sejal, let's start with you. Anyone along your pathway?
Yeah, I mean, in IB, there have been so many teachers that have helped me. But one specifically that's helped me the most has probably been Mr. Mata. And he's been my math teacher since day one. And he, of course, opened my eyes to math and taught me to love it as much as I do now. But he's been there through some really rough times for me. And even the first few weeks of school when I was getting acclimated and didn't know anybody, I felt really alone. But he noticed small things about me, like how I would, go around the class and help people, or he just noticed small things. And it made me feel reassured that somebody was looking out for me or somebody appreciated me. And for a long time, Mr. Mata, even before he started giving me life advice and started therapizing me, he was one of the reasons I kept going to school every day and I powered through, because I would always remember his words and the things that he told me or said about me, and they kept me going in the morning. And I think that everybody needs somebody like Mr. Mata in their lives that when you think of his words, you just smile and you feel proud of yourself. So I think Mr. Mata, me and a lot of kids in more ways than one, and he's just made such an impact on everybody's lives.
That's great. It's funny that you use his name. One of our very first guests when we started ECISD Live a year ago was Ray Mata, and certainly a great math teacher at Odessa High School, and has impacted the lives of many, many students during his career there. So thanks for sharing his name. Akash, what about you? A teacher in your pathway that has affected you?
Yeah, I mean, I think like Sejal said, we've had a lot of, all of our IB teachers are great. And that's actually one of the main reasons why I joined the program, for the teachers. And, we have an amazing coordinator too, Ms. Roth. But I think one teacher, if I had to pick, would be Mr. Jordan, our history teacher. And I've actually had him for 3 years now. Wow. And I honestly don't even really enjoy history that much. But Mr. Jordan's just such a great teacher. He makes like learning creative and just interesting. Like, just to give you an example, I remember last year learning about World War II, we did like a bar fight reenactment where we all played different countries and we had props and stuff like that. And that's just like, just one of the things that he does that's unique that, most teachers don't do. And aside from teaching history, I feel like Mr. Jordan has also taught us just about like a lot about life. He likes to throw in advice and, little just little things in his lessons about, things that we can take even, past history. So I think, even if I don't remember, all of the history content that I learned in this class, I'm definitely going to remember, the special memories and, unique lessons that he planned, and as well as, all the advice and just life information that he's given us.
Yeah, good. You two are very wise individuals. I have great hope and promise for the future of our country just listening to the two of you. You are certainly taking much more than just an academic education with you as you move forward. You're taking some really valuable life lessons with you, and you've clearly learned. Very impressive, both of you. Very impressive. Congratulations on your incredible accomplishment. Again, very large high schools, and to be at the top of Odessa High School says a lot about the work and dedication that the two of you have put forth during your academic journey. So again, congratulations. I'll see you next time at graduation in just 3 weeks. Can't wait to shake your hand and wish you congratulations then. You guys have a good rest of the night, and thank you very much, and go Broncos.
Thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome. All righty. So from Go Broncos to Go Mojo, it's time that we invite the valedictorian and salutatorian from Permian High School to join us. Faith Fulbright is the valedictorian at Permian High School this year, and Sneha Kesavan is the salutatorian for Permian. And if we could have Faith and Sneha to join us right now. Hey, there we go. Hello, ladies. Nice to see you both. And first, congratulations. Big honor, huge accomplishment. Again, Permian High School, large, comprehensive high school with lots of kids. Although it doesn't look like as many this year, but there's still lots of kids at Permian High School, and it's quite an accomplishment that both of you have made to get to this point. Faith, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your journey. Have you always been in Ector County? If so, what schools? What's your story? You're muted, Faith, and I'm not sure if it's you or if it's us.
Am I all right now?
There you go. There you go. We got you. Okay.
Yeah, so I've always been in Ector County. I started off at Reagan, then to Nimitz, and then now I'm Permian, obviously. So I've thought it's been great. I've really enjoyed being in this school system, and I thought it's been pretty awesome.
Good for you. So what's the next step? Where are you going next?
I am going to UT Austin. I'm going to be majoring in Plan 2, which is like a special liberal arts, like all-in-one sort of deal at UT Austin, and also business at their McCombs School of Business. I'm very excited for that.
Oh, liberal arts. Tell us why liberal arts education. That's interesting.
For sure. So I've always known that I've kind of wanted to go into business, but I think the big thing with business is that you don't always know exactly what it is. And I think that's something that Plan 2 is really going to help me with, because it's so much, you get so much information and so much different stuff with it. You get literature, philosophy, law, like all this different stuff, which I think will really be beneficial to me to kind of broaden my horizons and make sure that I know what I'm doing is what I want to do. Because I know whatever I do, I'm going to go for it. So I want to make sure that I pick the right thing for me. And I think Plan 2 will really help me figure that out.
Yeah, I think you're very wise. That's smart lady. So if you had to decide today, kind of what is the journey, what do you think you're going to end up with from a career perspective?
For sure. So I've always known maybe I might go into law afterward. And that's something that's always kind of been on the table for me. I've always thought maybe, I'm growing up in Permian Basins, maybe energy, law with that, and maybe business if I decide not to go down the law route, because, I've been surrounded by that my whole life. So it's always kind of interested me because of Odessa and where we're from. So that's always been something that I've really, really been thinking about as I've thought about, my college life and my career and past that.
Good. And folks with a liberal arts education also make great teachers. I'm just putting it out there in case you want to put that on your career. There you go. All right. That's funny. Hey, Sneha, what's your story? Again, ECISD or other places? You are muted too. I don't know if it's us or you. There you go. We got you. Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Yes, sir. So I went to Ireland Elementary, kinder through second. And then I went to Reagan Elementary, 3rd through 6th, and then Nimitz, and now Permian.
Good. So your whole career. And then what comes next?
I'm also planning on going to UT Austin.
Yeah.
Majoring in Plan 2 honors also, but I'm going on the pre-med track to major in neuroscience in the Women in Natural Sciences program.
Oh, interesting. So both of you are on the same program, but one the business side and you are the medical side. Is
Yep.
that
Mhm.
okay?
Exciting.
No, fun.
I know.
Yeah. Did you both know that?
No, actually,
Oh,
she didn't
that's
tell me
hilarious.
until like
Surprised her, and she was like, "How could you not tell me before?" And
she didn't even tell me. She was telling it to our teachers, and I was like, "What? You're going to UT?" And so it was a nice little surprise.
That's good. So that's why we've had this show tonight. So the two of you could actually meet for the first time and discover that you go to the same college and the same program. That's
Right?
pretty great. So Sneha, tell us why medicine? What's the ultimate goal for you?
right, so I've always been super interested in science. Even like 2 nights ago, I got the Awards of Excellence in Science. So it really has been cool to be a part of the science curriculum at Permine and getting awarded for my achievements there. So I've always loved being in, like, I volunteer at the hospital. So just all those types of experiences have really led me to have a path in medicine. But I also wanted to do the Plan 2 program because I'd like to pursue healthcare policy one day.
Okay.
So just a blend between policy and practicing medicine is something that I'd like to pursue.
No, interesting. That sounds fascinating. And your cohort in crime, Faith over there, she talks about being an attorney, perhaps. So policy and the legal aspect might be interesting. You all might actually work together for a long time. Kind of funny. There you go. Hey, Faith, let's come back to you for a minute. We are recognizing our teachers this year. And so as you think about teachers on your pathway, is there a teacher that you would lift up as somebody that's been very influential in your life?
Yes, of course. And I'm sure Sneha thinks the same thing. I've had Mr. Garcia, Eric Garcia, for 3 years, and he was my world history teacher back in sophomore year, and he's been my decathlon coach with her as well. We're both in decathlon.
We're both with him for 3 years.
And he's honestly such a great teacher. He's someone who really is invested in the lives of his students and really takes effort to uplift and make sure everyone feels welcome and included. And I've had so much fun in his classes, even though I know some people are like, decathlon, huh? Which is, it's academic, you get a topic, and I actually really enjoy it. But he makes things that sometimes people struggle with, or sometimes people might think like, this isn't for me, I can't do this. And he turns them around, and he really makes them something that you can find, joy in and find enjoyment in learning about them. And I think having a teacher like him is really important to everyone in their academic career. So I'm really happy that I got to be with him and be with him for 3 years.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's great. And you're lucky that you're exactly right to be with somebody that you admire and respect and learning from for 3 years. Impressive. Sneha, what about you? Anybody that you would lift up along your journey?
I definitely have to say Mr. Garcia too, but since he already got all the praise from
I was wondering if you'd ask first, because I was like, I gotta steal it.
I know, she was like, took him away. So
that's funny. That's right.
So I would like to shout out my 4th grade teacher, Ms. Barnes. She really did. She instilled in me my love for writing, and it's definitely helped me for all the college apps we had this year. So she always greeted us with the biggest smile on her face, and just her optimism and her positive spirits definitely helped me even now.
That's great. Do you still stay in touch with her? Did I hear you say that she's helping you right now with writing?
I took her to my Awards of Excellence ceremony, and I think she's watching right now, so I hope I didn't make her cry. But but yes, I've definitely stayed in touch, at least recently, and so I hope to stay in touch in the future too.
No, that's kind of cool. Hey, Sneha, as you think about, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and we've all learned different things. Have you learned anything during this pandemic about yourself that kind of stands out?
I have learned that I can definitely label myself an extrovert. I love being in the social atmosphere of school, and even now, we go to face-to-face classes, but just the atmosphere of 9 kids in a class instead of our usual 20 students in AP classes. And so just that loss of interaction between even our teachers and our peers. And so that's definitely held me back, I think, a little, from especially my senior year, where I'd love to see all my friends and just be around everybody one last time. And so that's definitely something I've missed out on. But being at home, I can wake up really late, and so that's really nice.
Good. Hey, Faith, what about you? As you think about the pandemic, what have you learned about yourself during this time?
It's funny because I was basically going to say the same thing she just did, but about me being an introvert.
We definitely keep stealing each other's phrases.
I know we're on the same page, aren't we? But I think that over the pandemic, I've definitely learned that even though I am an introvert, you can't get by without human interaction. Like that's one of the core things about learning, interacting, being a person. Having people around you, and I think that's also made me realize the value that education puts on teachers and how important they are, especially now, because it is so hard to be motivated online. You're in your room and your place of rest becomes your place of work. And it's just this big cycle that you can sometimes feel trapped in. But I think it's really the teachers who are around us, like Mr. Garcia or like, all my great Reagan teachers, like Miss Wilson, Miss Logston, G, just all of Miss Barnes, like all of them. And all the teachers really do make or break who we are and what our classes are and how we learn and all that. So I think I've gotten a real appreciation for teachers, and I've gotten to learn just how valuable human connection is, especially, in everything, especially learning.
It's a great timing that it's Teacher Appreciation Week too. So
I know.
You can let them know how much they appreciate it. No, absolutely. And both of you, as you travel on to UT next year in that program, that liberal arts opportunity for both of you, whatever the specific pathway you take, I think will certainly give you a lot of unique human interaction opportunities and certainly learn a lot more about yourself in that program. Ladies, you are both incredibly impressive. And so let me extend the congratulations of this entire school district and thank you for joining us tonight. Again, very impressive young women. Look out, UT, here they come. They better be ready for you because you're certainly going to do amazing things. And so I wish you well. I'll see you both in 3 weeks as you walk across the stage at Ratliff Stadium. Look forward to putting a diploma in your hand and shaking you and wishing you well. You guys have a good rest of the night. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
All righty. And to our audience tonight, thank you. It's been, as you can see, the future is incredibly bright in ECISD. Incredible young men and women joining us tonight. We lift them up. We will celebrate them in 3 weeks as they walk across the stage, but we're not finished with them. We want to continue to support them along their pathway as they are a reflection of our school district, of our community and our families. And truly, they are 10 inspiring individuals that we will be releasing out into the world to do incredible things to make this world a better place. The world is certainly going to be in good shape with these 10 folks contributing their talents and abilities. We lift up our teachers tonight. So these kids did not get where they are alone. They have parents that invest deeply in them, family members that invest deeply, but also teachers that impacted their life along the way. And as we celebrate and honor teachers this week, we lift up each of them, the 2,000 teachers that we have in ECISD that every single day are investing deeply in the lives of our kids to create and cultivate some of the students that you saw with us tonight. Thank you for joining us. Have a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you next week on ECISD Live. My name is Scott Muri, and I'm the superintendent. Good night.